NBA ratings were the highest on Christmas that they've been in 5 years. But in the weeks before, the media and online fans had to take part in their annual traditions of arguing about why the league's ratings are down, whether it matters, and why it's caused by what you don't like about the current state of the game. Amidst all that discourse, Redick was asked for his tough thoughts on the ratings decline to start the season, and used the opportunity to take a not-so-subtle shot at Inside the NBA, Turner's longtime NBA flagship, pre-, post-, and halftime program that will be licensed to ESPN next season to continue its decades-long run. Here is what Redick had to say.
I don't think we as, and by we, I was part of it, we as the sort of national partners have done a good job of storytelling, of celebrating the game. If I'm a casual fan and you tell me every time I turn on the television that the product sucks, well, I'm not going to watch the product. And that's really what has happened over the last 10 to 15 years. I don't know why. It's not funny to me. Nothing is entertaining to me. This game should be celebrated. I've watched the league evolve. I'm in this league right now. I can tell you without fact, or with fact, that the league is more talented. And not just raw talent. The league is more talented and skilled than it was 18 years ago when I was drafted. That's a fact. There are more players that are excellent. There are more teams that are excellent. I heard when I played for, 4 or 5 years, well, why don't we even play the regular season? We know who's going to be in the finals. Well, guess what? We have parity now. And we're not celebrating parity. We're not celebrating the fact that the Western Conference is as loaded as it is. We're playing a Sacramento team tonight that's incredible, with incredible talent, and they've got a losing record. It's not because they're a bad basketball team. I don't know. We don't have anybody that's willing to step up to the fact that this is an awesome game and we should talk about it and celebrate it in a positive way. That doesn't mean we don't critique it. We should critique it, but we should celebrate it. And nobody's doing that. And the people that are have a small niche following on Twitter. And frankly, I would argue as well that everyone in our ecosystem pays too much attention to what is said on Twitter. And part of this whole ratings discussion is because people on Twitter are talking about it.
Claiming that someone on TV is saying every time a fan turns on an NBA game that A, the product sucks, and B, that trashing it is not funny to him is a pretty thinly veiled shot at Inside the NBA, which is known for both its irreverence and its main cast, especially Charles and Shaq, can be about how modern basketball is played, especially its de-emphasis of post-play and preponderance of three-pointers. Barkley clearly fired back during Turner's broadcast of Timberwolves Celtics.
Redick said something about me. JJ, you better calm down, because when you come for the king, you better not miss.
Did he name you specifically, or was he just talking about folks on TV?
He said something about we're the reason people ain't watching this crappy product we got. I said, JJ, us, like we out there jacking up 103 tonight. JJ, I don't know Jason Monroe. I don't know who that is, but JJ, if you come for the king, you better not miss. Because I can get you, brother. Because I got your Lakers games. You can't hide them flaws they got. You just a dead man walking. They got rid of Frank Vogel, who did a good job. They got rid of Darvingham, who did a good job. But you came out there thinking you were going to change things with that same ugly girl you went on the date with.
64-51 was your halftime score. As we get back to the highlights, and Rudy Gobert.
So he came in there thinking, I can make this thing work. Hell, you can.
77-71.
Put some makeup on that pig.
Man, the Lakers are pigs?
The Lakers stink, man.
Oh, man, okay.
Come on, man.
The Lakers currently hold the 6th seed in a fiercely competitive Western Conference, but their inconsistent performances have left fans far from satisfied. Reflecting this discontent, Inside the NBA analyst and Barkley didn't hold back during his critique of the game. He called the team poor and labeled them as bums, which drew sharp criticism from Kendrick Perkins.
And when he's talking about the Lakers, he says, yes, you got Bron and AD, and then you got the rest of them bums. That shit right there pissed me off. Is no player in the league that should be deserve to be called a bum.
It's hard trying to understand the 17-time NBA champions this season. One moment they are on a 6-game winning streak, another moment the wheels seem to fall off, and they'll lose 7 out of 10 games. This inconsistency has raised doubts about their ability to make a serious playoff push. Even LeBron James was on the State of the NBA, and he told reporters that there are a lot of effing threes being shot, while giving his take on how the basketball game has been changing for the worse. The NBA is taking many steps towards innovation, even changing the All-Star Game format for next year's edition.
Not just the All-Star Game, it's our game in general. Our game is, it's a lot of threes being shot.
Barkley, though blunt, voiced a sentiment shared by many. Perkins, however, urged caution in criticism, particularly regarding the players.
Like, and when you're talking and you have a platform like that, you shouldn't be disrespecting players like that and calling them no bums, man. That shit is not cool.
Barkley's rant was fueled by comments Redick made last month when he was asked for his thoughts on the decline in TV ratings and whether he thinks the three-point shot contributes to that. As for Redick, he claimed he was nonplussed by Barkley's words.
I didn't make it all the way through the clip, I gotta be honest with you. My resting heart rate is probably 64. I watched the clip, it was 64. Literally don't care. I have other thoughts, but don't care.
But being in a so-called feud with Barkley is never a good thing for someone holding one of the most precarious 30 positions in the NBA. Gilbert Arenas took issue with Barkley's characterization of Redick as a dead man walking and argued that rather than making inflammatory comments, Chuck should acknowledge how JJ has improved the Lakers' play and record compared to last season. Moreover, Arenas emphasized how the purple and gold aren't in a dire situation to highlight how Barkley's criticism appeared premature and misplaced.
See, that's the problem with Charles. He don't actually watch basketball.
About to go button
See, they be
up.
telling him what to say in his ear.
About to go
so he
button
don't even
up.
realize when he said it, they was actually 4-5. So they're actually better than they were last year at the same time frame. So what Charles is saying, you should have waited.
The funniest part about this is Barkley threatening Redick with negative commentary while railing about how much the Lakers suck. It's like if the mob came into a small family business, smashed up the place, and then said, "This is a real nice place here. It would be a shame if somebody wrecked it." For Barkley, trashing the Lakers and teams that shoot a lot of threes is a labor of love. He's going to do it whether Redick says nice things about his show or not. Stephen A. Smith chimed in on the issue, echoing Barkley's opinions about the NBA.
I'd say you could blame the league because of the rule changes that were incorporated. And the fact that you took defense, you compromised defense to a strong degree, by the way. You compromised opposing defenses because you wanted to be more viewer friendly. You wanted more offense. You wanted to, basically bring more Europeans into the game. And by doing so, you also incorporated more three-point shooting. And when people are doing all of that and you see folks jacking up 30, 40 threes a game, that's not the most attractive thing to see, period. It's not a crime to point that out. Maybe they go a bit excessive with it because they're having a good time and they're having fun. But the reality, JJ, is that sometimes, I'm not talking about the Lakers. I'm talking about overall. Sometimes we watch the game and it sucks. And here's where JJ hurts himself. JJ knows that's true.
Although Inside the NBA is certainly guilty of bashing the modern NBA's play style at times, the show also happens to be a favorite among fans. Charles Barkley always speaks his mind, something many fans respect about him. Shaquille O'Neal also doesn't hold back. Kenny Smith provides interesting angles, while Ernie Johnson is a beloved host. One can argue that Redick's point is valid. However, honesty is of the utmost importance, and that is exactly what a show like Inside the NBA offers. Barkley clearly wasn't a fan of what Redick had to say, but the Lakers coach has already dealt with plenty of criticism in his short time as the team's coach. Thanks for watching. Follow us for more NBA content. See you next time.